screening as part of the Melbourne Documentary Film Festival in July this year is a short documentary called More Than Cute. And it's my great pleasure to be speaking to the director and dance leader of More Than Cute, Joshinder Chaggar. Joshinder, welcome to Movie Metropolis.
Thank you so much, Peter.
This is a really enjoyable little film about a group of older people learning Bollywood dancing, and you're teaching them, etc. And I found this so interesting. How did the film come about?
Well, the class began in 2018, and it originally began with two people. And because it was such a small class, we developed a really intimate friendship, and then the class grew to four people. And I just felt so compelled to make a movie on this group. And though this is my first short film, I have wanted to make a film for a long time. I haven't been able to do so. But there was something about these particular seniors that, they really challenged my own perceptions of age. And I really began questioning, what does the word old mean? And I was like, I have to tell this story. So I actually began filming them on my phone in 2020, in the beginning of 2020, and then COVID came into it. But a few of them actually live in my 5-kilometer mark, and through Zoom, I actually filmed them for an entire 2 years. And last year, when I finally decided to make this short film, I realized those 2 years had actually served as research. I'd gotten to know, because the class had also grown by then, and I got to know them so intimately. And I knew what were my favorite bits that each person said and their little quirks. And I felt so ready to make this short film by then. So that's how it happened.
Oh, how interesting. What a process that you've gone through. And obviously, most of them were very happy to talk to camera, talk about their lives and how they're enjoying being taught Bollywood dancing.
Yeah, look, I mean, because it has been a process for them as well, and I also realized that my filming them with the phone, just me, for those 2 years, also in a way served as, gaining their trust. And initially they were a bit like, oh my gosh, every time we turn around, there's a camera or there's a phone in their face. But it became a joke between us, and slowly they're just so used to it by the end of it, which I think really helped in the end, because they were comfortable, and that helped the film.
It certainly did. I can see both the therapeutic aspects of them learning to dance and to move, etc., and the social aspects where they are able to communicate with each other and have fun and wear costumes and or Indian costumes and so on, which again I found so interesting in the storyline.
Yeah, because we have been together now. Actually, the class began in 2018. So some of us have been together since then, and a few of the others we've been together since 2020. So we've had so many conversations about these things. The fact that, well, dance is like one of the best things you can do as you age, because, it affects it helps with your memory, your coordination, and socialization. Like those are such big parts of it. So they themselves are quite aware of these benefits, which is why they come to the class. And I also think, this whole thing about like attracts like, because I think you would have to be a certain type of person, like a senior person, potentially who has never really done dancing when they were younger, to now come to a Bollywood dance class. So there's a certain personality type where they really connect. It's like they really found each other at this age, which is really uplifting.
It certainly is. So tell me then about when you actually use cameras, the filming process, because setting up cameras, getting the right shots, all of that sort of thing, as you say, it's your first film, must have been quite a little challenge for you.
Yeah, so look, for this short film, I actually hired a cinematographer. Yeah. So it was a 2-day shoot. It was scripted. I did script it based on my research of 2 years.
Ah,
Because I had already originally it had meant to be a phone film. And I had watched the footage I mean, over 50 hours of footage. I'd watched it so many times. And I knew that every time I watched it, the bits that stuck out, the bits that I always saw were funny or interesting. I knew everybody's story really intimately. So I kind of knew what I wanted. So it was a 2-day shoot. And so I had hired a cinematographer and we planned a lot of the things. But look, also being a first film, for sure, like there was a lot of organic magic that happened that I didn't preempt would happen, but it happened. Yeah.
how very interesting. And I suppose then once you had the 2 days of filming, the editing process must have been an interesting one.
It was. I didn't plan to edit it myself in the beginning, but I'm so glad I did because it taught me so much because I know what I had imagined and things I'd wanted. And on the editing table, we definitely overshot. Like, I had decided I want to make a 15-minute film, but we definitely had a lot more content. I mean, one of my biggest lessons while editing was because I was in a way trying to recapture moments that have happened over the past few years. And some of those moments are things that took us by surprise. Like, for example, Umesh, the man in the dance class. I remember the first day he turned up to one of our filming sessions because the way the studio works is at the end of every term for all the classes, we actually film a dance video. And for every dance video, everyone gets dressed up. There's a different theme. So to one of these sessions, Umesh turned up in a wig, which is the first time I saw him in a wig. And I remember I just screamed, and it was like this really hilarious, beautiful moment. And I wanted to try and recapture that. And we tried acting, we tried him entering with the wig, and we would all scream. But on the editing table, I'm like, oh, it looks so fake, actually. So I learned that there are some things maybe you can redo, but there are some things you have to let go and kind of just be true to this moment. And so yeah, that was so a lot of those kind of moments didn't work, but a lot of the quieter, softer, simpler moments actually worked more in the edit. I mean, I learned a lot about that.
Uh-huh. Oh, how interesting and how well done that you're able to do all that. It's how did they respond when they saw the final version of the film?
They absolutely love it. We've had a few screenings that come to every one of them. They absolutely love it. And yeah, they are totally stars now. Now they're ready for the camera now at any moment.
How interesting! I've seen many Indian films and obviously the Bollywood dance sequences and so on. So I can imagine that maybe the local Indian film festival and so on would be interested in your film.
Oh, well, thanks for that suggestion. I hadn't thought of it actually, but um, yeah, you've given me this new idea. Thank you.
I think they would be very interested. I think yeah, but the Bollywood dance moves, the way that works. I mean, it's quite different from other sort of dance moves, if you like, in other sorts of films, typically Hollywood and so on. So I suppose that in itself is an interesting learning experience, how Bollywood dance works.
Yeah, I think also Bollywood dance potentially works so well for this particular age group because it's primarily about having fun. And you can really allow yourself to be silly, connect your inner child. Because, for example, I think one of them said they would try ballroom dancing once and they just found it too technical. And, there's a lot about right and wrong. Whereas Bollywood is, I mean, it's a melting pot. I mean, you can essentially do any kind of move as long as it's telling some sort of story. And really smiling. It's about having fun. It's a very low pressure class. Yeah.
How interesting. Do you have a favorite Bollywood or Indian films that you particularly use as a template, perhaps?
Like for the dance moves, do you mean?
Either for dance moves or as just a good representation of Bollywood dancing.
Oh, look, there's so many.
Yeah,
I mean, they're all musicals. You know, I
yeah.
mean, I've grown up with Bollywood, so um, I have my favorites. I mean, in terms of actresses, Sri Devi, Madhuri Dixit, like I love their kind of dancing. Dev Das is a really famous one in terms of dance. Um, well, one of the really interesting things for sure that I use in from Bollywood in my class actually is the use of the hand gestures, because Indian dancing has a lot of hand gestures, and the reason for that is because I was teaching some other class ones, like older people, and I was just teaching them like the peacock and lotus, and they mentioned that, oh, with people with arthritis, they do similar exercises. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I should do more of that then in my class. So there's a real emphasis in learning the hand gestures. And it's true, like one of my students, Helen, when she first joined the class, for example, she couldn't do that because of arthritis and the stiffness, but now she can.
Ah.
Yeah, so that's a really direct, in a way, application of a particular dance form, also like for this age group.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, how interesting. So, Jashinda, do you have other groups that you do dance classes with, or is this the main group that you work with?
This is the main one, but I've taught for years, and I've taught younger classes, I've taught kids. I teach Bollywood, I also teach Bhangra, which is a folk dance. I also do a lot of dance theater. So I do teach a whole different range of ages and styles. But um, at the moment, this is the only one. And I have to say, this class is kind of like the love of my life. I'm a bit obsessed with them.
Oh, fair enough too. They're a nice, really nice group. They come across well in the film, so that's great. So you must have been really happy that the Melbourne Documentary Film Festival accepted your film.
I am. I'm so thrilled. I'm so thrilled. It's so nice to have the film playing in your city. So, as a group, we can actually go to the cinema and we can watch it. It's really special.
Yes, yes, and I think it'll be screened as part of the shorts collections at the Nova Cinema, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, that's right. On the 30th of July,
Ah,
the session starts at 10:30.
uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay. Oh, excellent, excellent stuff. So now, Joshinder, do you have a taste to make more films?
Oh, I do, and I am actually. I'm working on my next documentary, and it's going to be a full-length documentary. And I've actually bought a camera, and I began filming November last year. So it's already in the making.
Oh, can I ask you what the theme is or the story is?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a little bit of an extension on from More Than Cute, but it's unpacking age and ageism, but it's really like a celebration of the older woman. It's looking at the word crone and the word hag,
Oh,
which are meant to be beautiful words, but they've been really distorted that we can't even imagine that the word hag means something positive, but like it does. So I have two main characters. One of them is actually one of the women from More Than Cute, from my seniors class. But all the other women are also part of the ensemble cast. But one of them is one of my main characters. And I also have a second main character who is not from the class. And so I guess the main difference is that More Than Cute was really an ensemble film. The feature doc has two specific characters, and I'm following they have a couple of very specific journeys. So it's actually a movie that's unfolding in time. Um, Yeah.
Okay. How very interesting. When are you hoping to complete it?
I think the filming will be done by end of the year.
Ah,
Yeah, basically there's two big dreams. Each woman has a beautiful magical dream and they're working towards it, and one achieves it in September. Well, fingers crossed, all going well. Second one has it lined up for October. And I'm going to India. We're traveling to India with one of them because her dream is to see the Taj Mahal.
ah.
And that's what we're doing. And so I'm hoping to complete filming by end of the year, and then I'll apply for funding for post-production.
Oh, how very interesting to hear that. And I suppose if you're going to be visiting India, you'll be visiting perhaps a Bollywood movie set.
We are going to Mumbai, and we're not actually visiting a Bollywood movie set, but we are going to go to a Bollywood dance class.
Ah, just as good. Oh, look, I wish you well with all of that, Joshinder. It sounds great. And More Than Cute is screening as part of the Melbourne Documentary Film Festival this month. And we've been speaking to Joshinder Chaggar, who is the director of this 15-minute short film. Joshinder, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Peter. Thanks so much.
Okay, all the best. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.